Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome to Disney Planning Insights. Through creative content and live shows, we explain the hidden details of the Disney experience so that our clients can execute memorable adventures. Together with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, we have helped hundreds of clients plan, book, and prepare for magical Disney vacations. Let our experience help you avoid common planning mistakes and maximize the enjoyment on your next Disney trip. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Matt with the DPI podcast. Doing things a little different tonight. We had some things going on, but I wanted to make sure that we had a show tonight to kind of recap what went on at D23 Brazil, and catch up on some of the things that happened over the weekend. We had the first Very Merry Christmas party. We had the first Jollywood Nights. We got a lot of information coming out of Paris about some things that are coming to the park in 2025. So I just wanted to make sure that we had a show this week, and I didn't see another night that really made sense for us to do it live. So I just wanted to make sure that we had something out this week that you guys could consume that get you caught up on what's going on around the parks. If you do have any questions or comments concerning any of the things we talk about today, definitely put them in the comment section down below today, since we aren't handling the chat at all. This will look like a live to you guys when you come on, but it was taped earlier today, so do want to apologize a little bit for that. I like to try and be live as much as possible because I like to interact in real time. With that being said, a couple of new subscribers this week. If you were on the show last week, you saw that Superior Promoter over on Twitch jumped on and hit that follow button. We are on Twitch. Go over there. Give us a follow over there. Kind of building that up. We still don't know exactly what we're going to do with it, but I have some ideas going into 2025 on what Twitch could be to this channel. And then also over on the YouTube channel, Eric Stout, thank you for joining the channel over there, hitting that subscribe button. Very much appreciated. We are at 524 subscribers over on the YouTube side, and we are just trucking along right now. About 1,000 views a day, which is unbelievable in my mind. It's absolutely blowing my mind. So a couple of things coming out this week. We're gonna have the show tonight at some point. Also tomorrow we are going to have a version of Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time fireworks coming out, so definitely want to check that out if you haven't seen that yet. This is the fireworks show that runs with Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at Magic Kingdom. Really cool show, really fun angle over by Casey's, giving you that straight on shot of the castle. Really, really well done. So definitely want to check that out as well. So like I said, I wanted to jump into a lot of news because it seemed like we did get quite a bit of news last week and over the weekend and then this week. So let's start out with something that's coming to Disney California Adventure. Now, World of Color 1, the water show out there, fantastic. Definitely go on the channel and check it out if you haven't seen it before. It is absolutely unbelievable. We've got 2 different versions of it on the channel, so check one of those out. But starting November 15th, which will be at the end of this week, Walt Disney Animation Studios Moana 2 will have a little water short prior to the show, and this is World of Color Season of Light, so this is kind of their holiday offering that they're going to be putting out, but it's going to have a Moana 2 segment at the beginning of the show, so definitely want to check that out if you're out at Disney's California Adventure. Lots of things going on at Disneyland. Disney Parks made a post over on X at the end of last week that kind of showed everything that was going on at Disneyland. Part of those things, you're getting the Coco sing-along, you're getting meet and greet with Santa Claus, you're getting a new holiday show, just a lot going on at Disneyland. Let's see if I hit everything there. Festival of the Holidays at California Adventure Park. You're going to get Maribel's Gift of the Season, scheduled Mondays through Fridays, outside the park entrance to Paris, or outside the entrance to Paradise Gardens Park. Musical Christmas with mariachi, Alegria de Disneyland and Miguel. Expanded variety of new and returning live musical acts. Yeah, it's Disneyland does the holidays vastly different than Disney World does. Disney World, you get kind of the decor and kind of some changes in the music, and then you have the parties. Disneyland is like full blown multicultural Christmas experience. So definitely want to check that out. Let's see. So let's get into a little bit of what happened at D23 Brazil. So D23 Brazil was a 3-day event in Sao Paulo, Brazil. We actually, and I'm trying to follow up with somebody that I had met on Pixelborn that was actually going to D23 in Brazil. So I'm hoping to have a little bit of live interaction on kind of what the feeling was down there and kind of how he felt it was run and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I could get that together for you guys. But let's talk a little bit about some of the things that came out. So on Friday, they had the Disney Entertainment panel, which is basically all of your movies and shows and all that kind of stuff. So one of the big things that came out from there was Andor is getting a season 2. Andor is a Star Wars story. And I really enjoyed the first season. I was really hoping it would get a second season, and they definitely announced it at D23 Brazil. So super excited to see that. And then they got into a lot of things that we already knew that were happening. They gave another still of Stitch. They talked about Skeleton Crew and Brave New World, the new Captain America movie that's coming out, Thunderbolts, all that kind of stuff. Lots of stuff coming out if you're in tune with what Disney's doing. Other than really Andor Season 2, not a whole lot new came out in Brazil other than, maybe a new movie poster or something like that. Nothing crazy new. Saturday was the Parks Experience panel. Here we got a little bit of new stuff. And the major new thing that we got with the Parks Experience panel was kind of like a test ride through on go-karts of what the new Cars ride at Magic Kingdom could look like. So what it looks like is it is going to be a trackless, high-speed thrill ride over dirt. Now, is this going to be real dirt or is it going to be Imagineered dirt? Probably Imagineered dirt. They probably don't want a lot of dust and stuff kicking up into an electronic vehicle that has a trackless system that could be going at a considerable rate of speed. And by that, I mean anything over about 20 miles an hour. So I think it's going to be neat. I hate what they're taking away to do it, if that's still the plan, which in all reality seems to be the plan, is they are going to carve out a huge portion of the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island for this area. What else is going back there? Well, what else is going back there is Villains Land. And Villains Land, they released a slate of characters that are going to be part of the story of Villains Land, including the Queen of Hearts, Jafar, the Evil Queen, Lady Tremaine, Yzma, Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, Maleficent, Gaston, the Hag, Ursula, Hades, Chernabog, Maleficent's dragon. Okay. Mother Gothel was the other one. I drew a blank on that for a second. So basically all the villains. I mean, and the story behind this is the villains have created their own land. The heroes are not coming to save the land. So the villains kind of get to do whatever they want there. And this is what is going to be the result of that. Which could be cool. I mean, the artwork is really cool. I think the demand for these types of characters is there when you look at what happens at a not so scary party and some of these lines that these characters command for meet and greets and that kind of stuff. I think that demand's there. Now, they were introduced with Lorcana artwork, and that was the first thing that kind of struck my eye, is that they used some of the Lorcana cards to introduce these characters. But yeah, and then Damaro comes out and says, yeah, we're looking to break ground very, very soon. That is so vague. It's almost annoying. You know, it's one of those things that it's just like, come and tell us or don't tell us. You know, very, very soon to me says next week. We know it's not happening next week, which means very, very soon is probably late 2025. You know, you've got Cars Land that's going to have the construction going on. You've got the closure of Big Thunder Mountain. So basically that whole backside of the park over there is going to be under construction. Why don't you just start it? Get it going. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, they've got their reasons. I'm not privy to those reasons, because if I was, I'd be telling you what's going on. So yeah. So with that being said, D23 Brazil did not offer a ton of new things. There were a few things that we thought were going to get announced or solidified there that did not. Night Show at Animal Kingdom being one of them. I heard some murmurs that was going to be announced at D23. What was one of the other ones? The actual announcement of Reflections of a Lakeside Lodge actually being built. It's being built. They haven't confirmed it's being built yet, but they are building it right now. So we thought we would get that announcement. The location of the Monsters Inc. coaster. We thought we were going to get that location. I had heard from multiple people that we were getting that location. Didn't happen. So it's funny how the rumor mill works sometimes. Sometimes, man, we've got really good information and we're running with it. And that's kind of why I held back on saying these things before D23 Brazil, because I really wanted to make sure that we got that information first before we came out and said, hey, here's the rumor, here's what's going on. You know, what we're hearing on the Monsters Inc. coaster is it's going in Animation Courtyard. It's not going where Muppets 3D is. I think that's going to make a lot of people happy. I think what they're going to do is they are going to take down Star Wars Launch Bay or reutilize that space for the Monsters Inc. coaster and move the Launch Bay stuff into the old Star Cruiser location, and you can actually take a flight to the Star Cruiser for meet and greets, for the artwork, for all that stuff that was there. I think the Star Cruiser is going to be reutilized in a multimedia format for an additional space on Batuu. That's what I think's going to happen. What I would imagine would happen if what I'm hearing about the location of Monsters Inc. is correct. Okay, let's talk about some things we've heard since D23 Brazil. The big one is Port Orleans Riverside is getting a room refresh. We talk about this every so often on the show. Disney hotels, Disney World hotels go through a cycle. 3-year refresh, 7-year remodels. It's just kind of what it is. So you got to know that Disney is in a constant state of remodel somewhere. And starting next year, it is going to be at Port Orleans Riverside. We actually stayed at Riverside our last vacation. We really enjoyed that hotel. So it is going to have a refurb going on, and part of that refurb, it means that it's a large resort, so it is going to take some time. And they're saying this can drag on into 2026. So if you are a fan of Riverside, be aware that they're going to have limited rooms. You're going to have construction during the day. You're going to have construction noises during the day. But on the flip side, you might be able to grab some deals there. What we found is that some of the hotels that are under refurbishment, people don't want to stay at, so they kind of overly discount those rooms. So be sure to check those prices and kind of compare them against what you are looking at elsewhere, because you might be able to get a better deal. And that's something that we do really well with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, is take those things that you want in your vacation and make sure that you're getting the best pricing that you can out of that. And maybe identifying some areas where you might be able to experience a new hotel or something like that, and fit it into your budget. So definitely reach out to us today. It scrolls at the bottom, but PATM Disney Travel over on Facebook. Easiest place to get a hold of us there. And then if you just want to send us an email, patmdisneytravel@gmail.com is where you can book a trip through our company to any of the Disney properties, and expanding out into basically any major resort complex. So whether it be Universal or MSC Cruises or anything like that, you can definitely reach out and we can help you out with those. All right, 5 dates now sold out for Very Merry Christmas Party. This is kind of surprising how slow it's going. So sold out dates: November 17th, 25th, 29th, December 1st and 6th. Those are the new dates. Basically, your availability right now is November 15th, 19th, 21st, 22nd, 26th, 27th, and then December 8th, 10th, 12th, 13th, 15th, 17th, and 19th. The very last party is sold out. Tickets on sale anywhere from $179 to $219 per person for the party. So big price range on those. And it's very date depending. As you get further into December, those prices go up, just like they do with the Not So Scary Party getting into October. But what I expect is all of these dates will not sell out. And why I say this is you really are starting to see the lag in travel hit Disney. It was one of the last places that we really saw be super affected by the economy. But it is really starting to show right now. If you are going during the week, during school, parks are relatively open. We're getting tickets available on days of parties and that kind of stuff, which you don't normally see. So if you're in the possibility range of being able to travel in December of this year, I really think it's a good time to try and go. I really do. You are going to probably have a better experience than you've had in the past 3 or 4 years. You know, since the opening, it's kind of been weird because it feels like there's less to do with more people. I really think that the more people is really starting to kind of go away. We're still running into less to do. We still don't have everything back that it was pre-pandemic, but it's really close. So yeah, I think that if you have that ability to travel this December, you know, definitely look at it as a possibility, because it's a I think it's going to be a really good trip if you have that ability. All right, let's talk a little bit about Disneyland Paris. I like to talk about the overseas park more than my colleagues, because I've gone to Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris is getting a new night show in 2025, early 2025. This is going to be after the holiday show ends, And this is going to be called Disney's Tales of Magic. And it is going to be a drone, laser, projection, and fireworks show at Disneyland Paris, which is really, really good because comparatively, the fireworks that they can put off in Paris compared to what they put off in Walt Disney World, there is no comparison. Disneyland Paris just can't put off the same types of fireworks and the same size and the same amount and that kind of stuff. So they have to supplement with other things. And what they've done here recently is the addition of drones. Since their 30th anniversary a couple of years ago, they have had absolutely spectacular drone shows. Whether it be the one that they did for the 30th anniversary. Since then, they've done the Electrical Sky Parade one, which is unbelievable. They did one over at their what used to be called Studios Park, which now is going to be called Adventure Park. That was Marvel on their Tower of Terror, which was fantastic. And this show looks to add more drones to their nighttime spectacular, which is going to be really, really cool. If you go over to X, a lot of things dropped today as far as that and other things that are going on at Disneyland Paris, but that's a big one. I am a huge fan of Disney nighttime shows. They are far and away the leader when it comes to nighttime shows, and this is going to be another one that I think is just going to be a huge wow factor. All right, swing it back stateside a little bit. Cake Bake Shop launches Roses of Gold Afternoon Tea Experience. This is a precursor. We talked about it when we found out that Cake Bake was going to Orlando. Cake Bake Shop, huge institution here in central Indiana. That's where the first two locations were opened. Third location now on Disney's Boardwalk. And this was something that we thought as soon as we heard that news was going to happen. So they are going to have an upgraded afternoon tea experience. I'm going to put this on the same level as the fairy tale tea that used to be at the Grand Floridian with Rapunzel or with Aurora. Don't be surprised if you get a princess here sooner than later. I really think this is a precursor to a character meal coming back to the boardwalk. There used to be one at Trattoria Al Forno. There used to be the character breakfast, the Bon Voyage breakfast there, that was Rapunzel, Flynn Rider, Ariel, and Prince Eric, and it was Ariel in human form. And it was awesome. One of my favorite value busters when it came to Disney World dining was that breakfast. It had decent prices. You got fantastic food. You got relatively rare characters when it came to Flynn and Prince Eric. It was a great option. It hasn't come back since COVID. The Cake Bake Shop thing has been in the works since COVID. I really feel that we're getting the transition to the character meal there. Don't be surprised when it happened. You heard it here first. I really think that that is the end game for this afternoon tea, is you are going to get an upgraded princess experience at Cake Bake Shop. Hands down, not a problem. Disney Treasure arrives in Port Canaveral. Disney Treasure arrives in Port Canaveral with 4 additional passengers because they actually saved 4 people from a sinking catamaran during their voyage. It's actually a wild story. So the Disney Treasure, Disney's, I won't say newest ship because they've got 2 more ready to go, but the last ship that's made the travel across the Atlantic is now at Port Canaveral. Another huge boat. This goes with that Wish class boat, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Has the outdoor water coaster. Just really, really cool what Disney Cruise Lines is adding to the cruise industry with this boat. But on the way over, they got a distress call from a catamaran that ran into rough water and was going down. And they were actually close enough to where they were able to save the 4 sailors that were on that boat. So they got a free trip to Port Canaveral. Or we'll see if it's free. They might charge them half fare. It's the Disney way. I mean, come on. But it is now at Port Canaveral, and it is scheduled to have its maiden voyage later this year. And it is going to be a Fort Lauderdale ship going to the Western Caribbean. So, pretty cool. Disney Tales of Magic. There's a little teaser trailer, a 1:10 teaser trailer over on X. It was posted by DLP Report. I reposted it over on the Disney Insights page. You can check it out there. So yeah, like I said, lots of news. That's why I wanted to make sure that we had something for you guys today, because there was a lot coming out of D23 Brazil, and I just didn't know if I was going to be able to spend the proper amount of time on it tonight that I needed to, with everything else that we have going on as a family. So if you guys jumped in and checked this out today or tomorrow or whenever, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and hit the outro. And like I said, if you guys have anything that you want to ask us, put it down in the comments. I will respond to all the comments here as soon as I see them. So you guys have a wonderful week. I will see you hopefully live next Tuesday. Just stay safe, everybody. Bye now. Alright, no guests. Like I said, this was kind of a weird show. But like I said, if you have questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. If you're looking for us on social media, you can find us in a lot of different places. The easiest is going to be over on Facebook at DPI Podcast, for the show page at PATM Disney Travel for the travel side. If you're more of a Twitter X type person, at Disney Insights on Twitter X. And then we have the YouTube page, the Instagram page, everything else. Thank you guys for everything that you do, liking, sharing, subscribing, following, everything that you do to support the channel. I very much appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful week. Bye now.